Still in the same section, we're going to move on to back-to-back stem and leaf plots. So if you found stem and leaf plots, okay, which you should have done, they're not that difficult. They might be new to some people. Some people might have seen them before, our stem and leaf plots. We're going to move on to page 312, which is the back-to-back stem and leaf plots. And you can see what it looks like there. And I'm going to show you how to construct it, and then we're going to look at some questions they can ask, and then we'll look through this example as well. So back-to-back stem and leaf plots two bits of data, okay? Two sets of data, and we're going to look at that here. So I'm going to do a smaller example than the book, again, save us a bit of time, and then we'll look at the book's question, or the books as well. Right, so we're asked to do a back-to-back stem and leaf for the girls score on a test and the boys score on a test. So this marks was out of 60. Okay, so there was a test out of 60, and you're asked to show this data on a stem and leaf plot. So you remember stem and leaves before. We do a stem and we do a leaf, and you'd put your stem in here and leaf here. When it's back to back, the stem goes in the middle. So say for example down here, you do two lines because you're going to be working on both sides, and the leaves are going to go here and here. So I'll put this side as girls and this side over here as boys. So what we do is, again, we look for the highest score and the lowest score. So the lowest score, and out of both of them. So the lowest score you can see, I think, is 16. So we're going to have the 10s. There's going to be nothing in the units. And the highest score is in the 50s. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to extend that down. So you look at both sets of data and see which is the lowest, which is the highest. And we then fill in. Now you do it carefully. So I'm going to start with the girls first, and I'm going to show you, because that acts the way, the one on the right hand side acts the way as we did before. And you want to put it in order. So remember carefully. Remember in the last one I made a little bit of a mistake. I missed a number, so be careful. So obviously the smallest number is 16. So you put a 6 in there to represent 16. There's no other teens. 20s, there's no 20s for the girls, it seems. No. So 30s. We have a 32, a 36, and a 39. So 32, a 36, and a 39. Cross them off. 40s, we have 2 in the 40s, they're both 48. 48 and 48. And 50s, we should have 3 in the 50s, yeah, 51, 53, and 55. And how many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've counted them all. And you put a key in, like we did before, to show what it means. And you pick one of them. Say I'll pick 32. 3/2 is 32. That's what it means. That line represents this line here. Now when we're putting in the left hand side of a back-to-back stem, it sort of works, we work from the inside out. So we put them in order, but we put the smallest at the right hand side. Okay, so just a small bit thing. So the lowest one here is 22 and 27. So you can see we don't have anything in the teens. We put a 2 there and a 7 there. So it does go in order, but it goes from the center out. Cross off those. Next, in the 30s, we have a 35. We have two 35s actually. 35, 35, 39. So 5, 5, 9. Yeah, 35, 35, 39. In the 40s, we have 41, 46, and 47. 41, 46, and 47. And finally then we have a 54. And should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And we put our key this way, and look how the key looks. You write it exactly as it is. So can you see? We'll take this number here. The 1 is the left hand side of the line, and the 4 is the right. Does that mean 14 in this case? No, it means, I'll just actually do it down here just so it's out of the way. 1/4 in this case means 41. We've just written it backwards. 4/5 in this case is 54. So you have to put a key for each side because this one's written backwards a bit. And you can sort of see a visualization there. These numbers are actually quite similar, the girls and the boys. You'd probably look at it and say the girls is a bit more weighted towards the higher scores, with the exception of this girl down here. But generally you could look at it and say looks like the girls have done slightly better. Now again, you might be asked questions based on your diagram. So if I look out, say 1, the mode of the boys. The mode of the boys, which one occurs the most of the boys? It's 35, it occurs twice. If I was asked the mode of the girls, I won't write this down, the mode of the girls is 48. Now if none of them were the same, you'd just say no mode. So let's go the median of the girls. So if there's 9 numbers, the middle number, add 1 is 10, divide by 2 is the 5th number. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The median is 48. The 5th value. And the same with we'll just do the median of the boys. The median of the boys again will be the 5th value because there's 9 values. So add 1, divide by 2 is 5. 1, 2, 3, sorry, we have to count this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 39. So you can see the median of the girls is the same as the mode of the girls, but the median of the boys and the mode of the boys is different. Then you might be asked, could be asked anything really, the range of all the class. So not just the girls or not just the boys. So the range of the whole class is, the highest in the class was a 55, the lowest in the class was a 16. It's actually the same as the range of the girls, and that is 39. Sorry. If you're asked for the range of just the boys, it would have been 54 take away 22, which is a smaller range. They're tightly packed because this outlier on the girls. Again, you could be asked the mean to add them all up, and you might be asked to compare the 2 sets of data. So if ever you're asked to compare 2 sets of data, you might look at their modes, medians. Don't just say, oh, these ones are higher. Look into it a bit more. Look at these averages and their ranges and so on. Okay, so if you'll take down that example, I'm just going to talk through. Sorry, that's from a previous class. I'm going to talk through this example here. This is again a science teacher decided to do a test and she gave the test on a particular topic. The class performed poorly, so she gave the same test or a similar test again after they'd gone back, studied some more. So this was the test at the start, and this was the test at the end. Now, the one that they've done, it's clearly visible which side is better. This side. You can clearly see all the scores have been moved up. There's only one person in this test that got in the 90s. So you can see that. So what did the diagram say about the performance of the class in the 2 tests? You could obviously say that the second test is done higher. Look, it says the diagram shows that the class scored better in the second test. 14 students scored. So you can pick out, don't just say better, just use, so you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 students scored over 70 in the second test, or only 1 in the first test. Use a few of the numbers and a bit of the data to back up your point. Find the median mark in each test. So the median mark, if there are 25 students in the class, the middle number will be the 13th value. So they counted the 13th value. The median mark for the first one is 50. That's the 13th value. And the median one for the second one is 75. That shows that the middle score is higher, way higher in the second one. The range of the first test, 90 take away 30 is 60. And the range of the second is 93 take away 43. So it's more tightly packed together. Pretty much the class has caught up with this person. For the main part, they're catching up with this person, because this person, you'd presume in the second test they were the person that got 93 or 91 and improved a little bit. Fourth one, do the median marks and ranges support your conclusion above? Where is it? Yes, the median mark is higher, so just read through that. And it says the last question, identify any outliers of the test results. And the outlier is one that just doesn't fit in with the rest. It's this 90 in the first test, and you can see they write that. The second one doesn't really have any outliers. There's nothing that's really far away from the rest of them. And in our case, when we look back at our score, I think I mentioned it when we were doing it. The outlier would be probably this 16 for the girls, because the next score was, they were all between 32 and 55, whereas the 16 was, you could call that an outlier. I wouldn't say you could call any of the other numbers an outlier. Alright, so take down this example. Again, have a look through that example. If you have any questions on it, please ask. And I'm going to give you some back-to-back ones to look at.